1. The bilingual brain. When you learn a new language, your brain initially relies on your first language, L1, as a reference point. This is why translating happens. 2. Understand the process. Reasons for translating in your head. Habit. Many learners have developed the habit of mentally translating from their native language due to years of learning English through translation-based methods. 3. Translation as a crutch. At the beginner and intermediate levels, translating can help you understand and learn English. However, as you advance, it becomes a hindrance, preventing you from thinking and speaking naturally in English. 4. Lack of confidence. When learners are unsure of their English skills, they may resort to translating in their head as a safety net. 5. Limited vocabulary. If learners lack the necessary vocabulary to express themselves directly in English, they may rely on translating from their native language. 6. Grammar differences. Significant differences between the learner's native language and English grammar structures can lead to mental translation as a way to navigate these differences. Tips to stop translating in your head. 1. Immerse yourself in English. Surround yourself with English content, such as books, podcasts, TV shows, and movies. This will help you develop a more intuitive understanding of the language and reduce the need for mental translation. 2. Practice thinking in English. Set aside dedicated time each day to think exclusively in English. Start with simple tasks like describing your daily routine or narrating your actions as you perform them. 3. Use context to understand. When encountering unfamiliar words or phrases, try to understand their meaning through context instead of immediately translating them into your native language. 4. Focus on conveying meaning. When speaking, prioritize communicating your message effectively rather than worrying about perfect grammar or word choice. This will help you speak more naturally and fluently. 5. Embrace mistakes. Accept that making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process. Don't let the fear of errors hold you back from speaking. The more you practice, the more confident and accurate you will become. 6. Use circumlocution. If you can't think of the exact word or phrase in English, try describing the concept using the vocabulary you already know. This skill, known as circumlocution, is a valuable tool for effective communication. 7. Practice with native speakers. Engage in conversations with native English speakers or advanced learners. This will expose you to natural language patterns and help you develop a better sense of English communication. 8. Use memorization techniques. Memorize common phrases, idioms, and sentence structures in English. Having a repertoire of ready-to-use expressions will reduce the need for mental translation in everyday conversations. 9. Develop your English vocabulary. Continuously expand your English vocabulary through reading, listening, and active learning. 10. Be patient and persistent. Breaking the habit of mental translation takes time and effort. Stay committed to the process and celebrate your progress along the way. 11. Immersion. Surround yourself with English. Daily exposure. The more you surround yourself with English, the more your brain adapts to thinking in English. This can include listening to English podcasts, watching English TV shows or movies, and reading English books or articles. 12. Create an English environment. Even if you're not in an English-speaking country, you can create an English environment. Change the language settings on your phone and social media to English, talk to yourself in English, or think in English as you go about your day. 13. Practice thinking in English. Mental rehearsal. Start small by thinking about simple daily tasks in English. For example, when you're planning your day, try to do it in English. Describe what you see, hear, and do in English as you experience it. 14. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts in English can help reinforce thinking in the language. Keep a daily journal where you write about your day, your thoughts, and your plans. This exercise forces your brain to think in English rather than translating from your native language. 15. Build vocabulary through context. Learn words in context. Instead of memorizing vocabulary lists, learn new words through sentences, phrases, or real-life context. This way, you associate words directly with ideas or situations, rather than with translations from your first language. 16. Use visual aids. Flashcards with images instead of translations can help you connect the word directly to its meaning. This helps you bypass your native language and go straight to English in your thought process. 17. Engage in conversations. Real conversations. Engage in as many real conversations as possible with native speakers or fluent English speakers. Conversations force you to think on your feet and react quickly, which reduces the time available for translating in your head. 18. Join English-speaking groups. Participate in English-speaking groups, whether online or in person, where the primary mode of communication is English. This constant interaction will help you think and respond directly in English. 19. Use English dictionaries. Avoid bilingual dictionaries. As an advanced learner, it's time to move away from bilingual dictionaries. Instead, use English dictionaries that explain words and phrases using English. This helps you think about meanings in English rather than reverting to your native language. Thesaurus practice. Using a thesaurus in English can also help expand your vocabulary and improve your understanding of synonyms, which reinforces thinking in English. 20. Practice speaking without pausing. Fluency over accuracy. When practicing speaking, focus on fluency rather than accuracy. Don't worry too much about making mistakes. The goal is to keep talking without pausing to translate. Over time, your accuracy will improve as you become more comfortable thinking in English. 21. Record yourself. Record yourself speaking about a topic for a few minutes without stopping. Then listen to the recording to identify areas where you hesitated or struggled. Practice those areas until you can speak smoothly. 22. Think in English first. Train your brain. Whenever you encounter a new concept or idea, try to think about it in English first. This means explaining it to yourself in English, even if it's just in your mind. This practice can help train your brain to use English as the primary language of thought. 23. Mind mapping in English. Use mind maps to brainstorm ideas or organize thoughts in English. This method helps you visually connect ideas directly in English, strengthening your ability to think in the language. 24. Language exchange platforms. Use platforms like Tandem or HelloTalk to connect with English speakers around the world. Regular practice with native speakers will help you stop translating and start thinking in English. 25. Engage with idioms and phrasal verbs. Idioms. Learn common English idioms and phrases as they are often used in conversation and can't be directly translated. Understanding and using them will help you think more like a native speaker. Phrasal verbs. Focus on learning phrasal verbs in context. These often don't have direct translations in other languages, so mastering them can help you think in English more naturally. 26. Embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. Don't fear mistakes. Making mistakes is a natural part of learning. 27. Patience and persistence. Give it time. Stopping the habit of translating in your head takes time. Be patient with yourself and recognize that it's a gradual process. 28. Celebrate progress. Track your progress and celebrate small victories along the way. When you stop translating and start thinking in English, you might make more mistakes initially, but these will decrease over time as your fluency improves. Learn from corrections. When someone corrects your English, take it as a learning opportunity. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips and lessons.